we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Chargers on Thursday night.
Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Ready to get this one started. And we are underway in Southern California. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Chargers coming out to take over, and it is Justin Herbert at quarterback, CD, now in his 5th NFL campaign.
It hasn't taken Herbert long to earn this status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. He's locked and loaded on every snap, and the second he sees an opening, the ball's soaring downfield. You've got to be on your A game at all times against him. The second you slip up, he's liable to burn you.
Herbert to throw right away. And his first pass is incomplete.
And that certainly could be a sign of things to come because they're blitzing to start this ball game, and it works for them there as they force the incomplete pass.
Second and 10. Herbert. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Well, sometimes despite the best planning, the defense actually has a plan as well, and they blanketed everyone on that play. They were able to close it down and spill him for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And Marvin Mims deep for Denver. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So now here are the Broncos to take over on offense, led out by their rookie quarterback, drafted 12th overall, Bo Nix out of Oregon.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. A first carry now. This is Williams. Fighting him off. And a powerful stiff arm. It frees him. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And he's fortunate to get anything from that, given the yard up to the 49.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
A toss to the wide side. This is Williams. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
Here's Nix. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon.
Back deep for L.A. is Darius Davis.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Here's Herbert. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. That ball caught by the rookie from Georgia. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage, good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football, all right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
Riley Moss takes him down defensively.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
He'll throw complete to Gus Edwards. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Third down and 1.
They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And Edwards trying to push forward, but unsuccessful. They stop him short of the marker. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
They begin the drive with Williams. He stiff-arms him and bulldozing his way through. And he is out of bounds up around the 14-yard line. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25.
40 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Over 30 yards there. And first downs on 3 consecutive plays now.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43.
Now it's Nix. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Now a 2nd and 10. To throw, here's Nix.
Over the middle, it's complete.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
We're scoreless after 1. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2.
Here is 3rd and 5.
As they've got it as we resume action.
Nix looking to throw again.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
And this one is no good. He missed it, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
The Chargers getting set to go.
We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10.
Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. Justin Herbert looking to pass. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
Here's 2nd and 10.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert.
Right side, he has Johnston.
And he's brought down. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That good for 22 and a first down.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. Being chased out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Short throw to Disley. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
3rd down and 13. Here's Herbert. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Herbert able to show his wheels as he gets the first.
No surprise to see his sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up, and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the first down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Off the option, here's Edwards. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Now a 2nd and 6. They run once more with Edwards. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, here's Edwards. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They snap it to Herbert. Open man, it's Johnston. Touchdown, Chargers. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Chargers post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Well, an all-out battle on 4th and goal, offense versus defense, and the offense won it.
And I'm just wondering what was going through the minds of the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Were they playing the run too much? Were they not focused that the whole playbook was open in that situation? Give the offensive guys a lot of credit. I just wonder what the defensive guys were thinking.
And for the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was Quentin Johnston who finished that drive off with a touchdown grab.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Holding, receiving team.
So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
From the 25, here's second down and 7. Throwing Nix. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
A yard all they need, but it's third down. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. That is caught.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Nix to the air.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
To throw is Nix.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Back to the air with Nix. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Broncos first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
Working out of the gun is Nix. A short one to the tight end, Troutman.
Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Second down and 6 now from the 26.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Dancing to his left. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He didn't scramble for it first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout called. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this from 37. The kick by Lutz is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the third drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
A final shot before the break for Herbert.
He gets it to Johnston.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 30 before being taken down. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
We're accustomed to seeing strong quarterback play. We got that in the first half from Justin Herbert. He has a touchdown pass, and that amounted to the only touchdown of the game for either team thus far.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And the Broncos offense set to begin this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Nix from the shotgun. A short one to the tight end, Troutman.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
53 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
From the 43, here's a 2nd down and 9.
Operating from the gun, Nix. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. They'll look to throw now on first down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up second down. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
On third down, here's Williams. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people, because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers, because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit.
The kick by Lutz is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. Short throw to Disley. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Over the middle and caught by McConkey. That'll get them to first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Rolling to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Nick Bonito coming in there to record the sack.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Third and 12.
Here's Herbert.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. They'll get 34 yards there.
Well, my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
Herbert now.
Now this one finds McConkey.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
Lad McConkey.
A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Chargers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific
Point try now from Dicker.
And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
Where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
So the Broncos coming out now.
Still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and two-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
Now it's Nix. A short one to the tight end, Troutman.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Off the play fake, here's Nix.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
Now a give up the middle to Williams.
Taken down at the 47-yard line.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 47 now, they work with a 2nd and 7.
Again, it's Williams. And he'll be close to a 1st down at the Chargers' 40-yard line.
The 71 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And he will have a Broncos first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I used to joke with my teammates who carried the ball a lot. When we got in these situations and they were carrying us home, I used to tell them, boy, you guys just look like Paul Bunyan, just growing stronger, bigger, tougher, and all night long he's carried this team.
He has indeed. Everything magnified right now. A huge 3rd down conversion. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
We'll get that complete to Vele.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 16. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
To throw, here's Nix. That's complete to Troutman, right side. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Here's Nix.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
What can they draw up now? Time to find out on a 3rd and 8.
The busy night continues for Williams. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for.
Here we go. This is 4th down. They'll go for it. Here's Nix.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard.
The Chargers offense and Gus Edwards heading onto the field. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point. The Charger drive about to get going. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They need 12 here. It's third down.
Again, it's Edwards. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's J.K. Scott now, standing just outside his own goal line. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Denver's offense ready to go again. And they have had problems getting the running game in gear as we look through some of their attempts from earlier. They have just not been able to match the physicality that this defense has shown, and their lack of success on the ground is a direct reflection of that. They'll come up first and 10 here.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
He'll look to throw.
And that's caught by Williams.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
Nice. Well coached. A team that understands what's going on. They still have time to work the middle of the field as they just did there.
This crowd trying to force a false start here. 3rd and inches. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Plenty of time to work with here, but the timeouts, they're gone. Here's 1st and 10.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon.
This is 1st and 10.
He's back to throw. And he will find his man, Sutton. That's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
This is where hustle and urgency come into play. I think you've got to get up there and spike it.
Here's 1st down.
Back to throw. And he gets in just in the nick of time, so they get the touchdown they need. Now they need a 2-point conversion to tie it.
We'll break down the touchdown later. It's 2-point conversion time. Go to your script, pick your play, and go for it.
Listen to this crowd now. Their guys need a stop on this 2-point conversion. They're going to try and run for it. And he is not going to reach the goal line. They were forced to go for it, down 2, but the defense rises to the occasion, and they hold on to their lead. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Herbert to a knee, and that should just about write it into this one. Well, you really can't ask for much more than what we just had here. Not only a close game that went down to the wire, Charles, but a clean one, too. No turnovers in this contest.
And I think you're exactly right about that. To me, this is just a pair of offenses trying to find the slightest bit of separation from each other. And they were both hoping that the other side would make the big mistake first. But today, neither side made that mistake. And what we got, a very entertaining game throughout.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. So long, everybody.